is nothing lovelier than spending a long summer evening outdoors. But of course, we need fabulous lighting to really set the mood. Shai's back to give us the tips and tricks we need to keep our outdoor spaces lit this year. All right, Shai, what is trending in outdoor lighting this year?
Let me tell you, T, outdoor lighting is so important. It's one of those things that I think that, we think inside, we're inside, it's dark, we need layered lighting. I want to start off by saying that layered lighting is not only an interior thing. It absolutely refers to exterior lighting as well. Now, when it comes to trends specifically, we are seeing a lot of vintage finds. Like, I'm loving this. There are so many throwbacks, whether it's vintage, or we're looking at the 70s. We're seeing a lot of that. We saw it in the segment that we did this morning when we did the exterior of the home, in the styling of the house, but we are absolutely seeing that in lighting as well. So, brass finishes, think Mad Men, think that kind of old throwback to those better times, those vintage times. Absolutely, that's what we're seeing right now.
Okay, vintage is cool always, but for those viewers out there that are more like modern and minimalistic, what have you got for them when it comes to lighting?
So, we've been seeing over the past 2 years, and we've seen it a lot on the show, a lot of Nordic inspiration, right? We've seen the Scandinavian, the Scandi kind of push, and we're really seeing that in lighting as well. So minimalist lines, clean lines, and what's great about this is that it really is, something that it's easy to use and incorporate into various different types of decor styles. You might not be able to redo the entire space that you're doing on your exterior, but adding Nordic style, Nordic lighting style, because it is so clean and minimalist, really works with various different styles of decor that you have in your exterior. Now, it doesn't necessarily only have to be the style of the light. You're looking at the bulbs themselves. So maybe something like an Edison bulb. You don't have to go crazy with the type of light that you do. It can really come down to the small details. Bigger doesn't have to mean, bigger in terms of bigger, a bigger light. It could be bigger bang in terms of the style and the feel that the light gives you. Like I say, an Edison bulb, something very small, a small detail, but gives you a really interesting look.
Okay, so let's talk about what's hot and what's on trend when we put freestanding lights versus wall-mounted lights. Like, what is the big thing right now, would you say?
So here's the thing, we talk about this again in interiors when we talk about using your vertical space. Using your vertical space for, it's this extra space that sometimes we forget about. On your exterior, this is absolutely the case. We are seeing so many more wall-mounted lights. And it's not only wall-mounted lights, in terms of, let's say, an entry light, it's a lot of hardscaped lights. So we have beautiful architectural details on the outside of our house that we've spent a lot of money when we do buy our house, or perhaps we've redone the house, and we want to play up to that. So we're seeing a lot of that now. We're seeing a lot of lights actually affixed onto fences. We're seeing a lot of exterior lights used in that vertical manner, using that vertical space the same way that we talk about interiors on the exterior. So use that, play to that. It's absolutely a feature, that you really want to add into your exterior lighting concept this year.
Absolutely. Okay, so now what if we're looking for a bit of a refresh in our exterior lighting, but we don't want to rewire the whole place? Like, we don't want to get that invested. What have you got for us?
Hi, that's me. Yeah. Whether or not you don't want to invest, or let's say you can't invest. What if you live in a condo like me, so you can't really hardwire on the exterior of a building? One of the things to keep in mind is, of course, solar powered. Solar powered used to be, it used to be a little hit and miss. Depending on what the solar panel was, sometimes the light would not last the entire night. Now we are really into great solar-powered lights. You can see the solar-powered lights that I have behind here, Trace. These numbers are actually solar-powered. We're seeing it actually introduced in different ways. So now the homeowner did not actually have to hardwire these lights. She was able to affix them in 5 minutes on the front of the house. Didn't need to worry about hardwiring. She doesn't like them, 2 years down the road. Easy to replace. But solar powered is the way to go. In terms of course, the bulb itself, LED. Now, garden lights, solar powered, definitely something to do, something to consider. No need to worry anymore about drawing that line throughout under your deck. Plop it in, solar panel on the top, you're good to go. Easy for condos as well, condo perimeters, something to consider.
Listen, right up my alley. Anything you can just glue on with no sewing, glue on with no wiring. Like, this is my world. This is my jam. I love it.
Right?
And it looks fantastic. Yes, you've done a great job,
Honestly.
Shai, and fantastic tips. We
Thanks, Steve.
appreciate it.